Hey everybody, Kristen from A Mindful Mom. As you know, I believe homemade is best, but it doesn't need to be complicated. And today I'm going to share with you two of my all-time favorite Tex-Mex side dishes. Scratch that. These are probably two of my all-time favorite side dishes, period. We're going to make Instant Pot refried beans and Instant Pot Spanish rice or Mexican rice, whatever you call it. These two side dishes are perfect for all of your Tex-Mex meals. They're filled with flavor and they couldn't be easier to make. So let's get cooking. Let's start these recipes with Instant Pot refried beans. Pour in 2 cups of rinsed and sorted dried pinto beans or 1 pound of pinto beans. No need to soak your beans. And 1 onion that's been peeled and cubed. You also want to add in 1 jalapeno, seeds removed unless you like it really spicy, and 3 cloves of garlic. I'm adding in 4 cups of low sodium vegetable or chicken broth. Make sure it's low sodium, and 2 cups of water. To season up our beans, we don't want to add any additional salt right now as that can interfere with the cooking process of dried beans. So instead, I'm adding in 1 teaspoon of paprika, 2 teaspoons of chili powder, a half a teaspoon each of garlic powder, onion powder, and cumin powder. Give that a stir just to combine, and then pop the lid on your Instant Pot, being sure your venting knob is pointed towards sealed or your lid is locked. To set the cooking time, cook on high pressure using the manual or pressure cook button for 50 minutes with a full natural pressure release. Once the cooking time has elapsed, let pressure release naturally, then open up your Instant Pot. At this point, your beans should be super soft. Transfer your beans using a slotted spoon to a high-powered blender or a food processor fitted with an S-blade. Go ahead and add your onions and jalapenos to your beans as well. They'll really flavor up the beans well. At this point, we want to add in our salt, so you can add in a half to 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, or as much salt or as little salt as you like, and then a half a cup of the cooking liquid. You want to blend on high, making sure your lid is slightly cracked to allow steam to escape until nice and smooth and creamy. You can add in additional cooking liquid as needed to get your beans to the right consistency. Now on to Mexican rice or Spanish rice, whatever you like to call it. We're going to start this recipe by hitting saute on our Instant Pot and letting it warm up. Add in 1 tablespoon of olive oil or canola oil, and then you want to add in a 1/4 cup of finely minced onion, 1 jalapeno that's been seeded and finely diced, and 2 cloves of minced garlic. We're going to saute that very briefly just to lightly toast. We don't want to burn our garlic. After a minute or 2, hit cancel on your Instant Pot. Then we're going to add in 2 cups of low sodium vegetable or chicken broth, and we're going to scrape up any brown bits to prevent a burn notice. To season this up, add in 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of chili powder, a half a teaspoon of cumin, and a 1/4 teaspoon of oregano. Give that a stir just to combine, and then we want to add in 2 cups of rinsed white or brown long grain rice. Gently push your rice down to submerge evenly into your cooking liquid. Then we're going to top with 2/3 cup of plain tomato sauce. You could use salsa if that's what you have on hand, which would add additional flavor. Don't stir the salsa or the tomato sauce into the rice, as that can cause a burn notice. Pop the lid on the Instant Pot. To set the cooking time, cook on high pressure for 3 minutes for white rice or 22 minutes for long grain brown rice. After the cooking time has elapsed, let the pressure release naturally on its own. Then open up your Instant Pot and fluff your rice using a fork, which will keep the grains nice and fluffy. Now, you don't need to make both of these side dishes to enjoy them, but I love to pair them together. In fact, they're so good, sometimes I can skip the entree and make a meal out of them alone. In fact, I'm gonna go in for a bite right now. The beans are creamy and a little bit smoky with just a little bit of heat on the back of my palate, not too much. And the rice is tender and full of flavor, and I love them, and I think you guys are too. And for a recipe that pairs perfectly with either or both of these side dishes, be sure to catch my next recipe where I share with you how to make Instant Pot chicken fajitas. Until next time, happy cooking.